Welcome. Today we shall be talking about career prospects and opportunities in technology. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define career, explain career planning, mention technology-related careers and training routes, highlight the job opportunities in technology. Okay. Now, everybody, like in our homes, our parents, every time in the morning, they go out from the house. If you ask them, Daddy, where are you going to? They say they are going to work. So basically what they're actually going to do is to actually make a living. They're trying to work to make a living. So we're trying to look at different career prospects and opportunities that exist as a technologist. Or is this just for learning's sake? So let's understand what is going to happen. Let's understand exactly what we mean by career and what we mean by career prospects that await you as you progress in your study in technology. Okay, so what is career? Say career is a job, series of closely related jobs, other engagements, which is our primary or basic source of employment and from which you earn your living in your adult life. We'll say that is your career. So any job, legitimate job that you do, or closely related jobs that one engages himself with, right, as a basic source of his employment, from which you eke out a living or you earn your living, is your career. So many people have different careers, but we're going to specifically, limit ourselves to the scope of this class. All right, in technology, we want to talk about. So what do we actually mean by career planning? Somebody who wants to get involved in technology, it's important the person plans out how the person will get to what he's doing, right? So planning is just like a blueprint you have for your career. That step-by-step, plan you've already set out for you to follow, for you to get at any length or any height that you have aspired for in your choosing career in technology. So let's look at the meaning of career planning and the routes that we can take, to achieve our career goals, all right, or what we want to do or want to become as a technologist. Now, career planning is simply defined as the little milestone one needs to achieve, which at the end qualifies one for a predetermined career. So those small things that you do. For example, see someone wants to become a medical doctor, you want to become an architect, or you want to become a civil engineer, for example. Now, it starts from you being enrolled in kindergarten, but see the end is to become an engineer, for example. From kindergarten class, you enter your primary school. From primary school, you enter secondary school. Don't forget that in these schools, there are different certificates awarded in these schools. When you are done with your primary school, you are given your first living certificate, right? Now, after that time, you will sit for WAEC or NECO, and you will be in the science class. You see that now? You'll be in the science class, you study physics, you study chemistry, you study biology, you study English language and mathematics, you study further mathematics. Now, in Nigeria here, you sit for JAM, that's Joint Admission Matriculation Examination Board. When your score is up to the cutoff mark JAM requires, you apply for a university of your choice. Now, in that university, you will apply to study medicine or study engineering, so to say. After the years of the course you have chosen, you will become that individual. You become that you want to become. If you have stayed for 5 years in university and graduated, then you must have finished your engineering courses, right? Now you become that engineer. So for someone who wants to become an engineer, we have to toe this route you want to be a professional engineer, you have to take this route to get to where you are going to. So these little plannings, these little things we do within time to ensure that we get to the predetermined career that we actually desired is actually what we call career planning. So everyone in school has a plan, has a career in mind. That's why we're in school and that's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, now there are different categories. There are different categories of career one can have in technology, and different schools you can go for such. For example, we have the craftsmen, we have the artisans, for example. Those ones are they are just secondary school leavers, right? They have the skill, they are the mason, they are the carpenters, all right? They are the bricklayers that we have. That is the level they get to. Now, we also have the technologists, the people at that level of education and certification. These people, they have to attend polytechnics, monotechnics. That's where they go to acquire those skills. We can have them as higher technologists, you know, a technologist, and so to say. Now, we also have university where people go to get professional degrees for their career. That's where we have professionals in that area. Okay, we have graduates in that area. Now, there are technology-related careers one can actually delve into. We have aeronautical engineering is a career in technology. Agricultural engineering is a career in technology. Civil engineering is a career in technology. Chemical engineering, computer engineering, electrical and electronics engineering. There are different careers. Petroleum engineering, food engineering, engineering management, petroleum engineering, even agric engineering. In medicine, we have radiography. These are technology-related careers, some of them that one can actually, you know, plan himself towards becoming one as a technologist. All right? Now, when you have done this, like I said, you have to narrow yourself to the route. If you want to become a musician, for example, there are different routes you will follow to become one. But for you, you want to be a technologist, you have to follow through this route. You know, you have to go through the normal school system because you want to be a professional engineer, right? Now you have to follow through the school system, the primary school, the secondary school, the polytechnics, that's for HND and OND, you know, and university where you have your B engine and all of that. Then after that level, you continue to attend trainings upon trainings, symposia, you know, workshops, your certifications. Then you become that you want to become. Now, as a technologist, are there job opportunities that are for you? Are there things you can do? Yes, there are things you can do as a technologist. Number one here, you can be employed in the industry, industrial employment. People who work in different industries, textile industries, they are technologists. All right, we have people in the petrochemical industries. You can be employed there gainfully. You can be employed in education sector. We have technology teachers. I am one of them. So I'm employed in the education sector, right? We have your technology teachers, lecturers, and so on and so forth. You can be employed. We also have employment in the service sector. Yes, we have people in the engineering sectors of our workforce. They are there. Those of them in road maintenance agencies, NEMA, for example, in Nigeria, for example, we have technologists working with them and they are doing well for themselves. Okay, you can be employed in utilities. You know, people are working with EEDC, people are working with Port Harcourt electricity distribution companies, people are working with a lot of utility companies, a lot of opportunities await. People that studied, for example, electrical and electronics engineering, they can easily fit in working with the power holding companies. All right, we have jobs in telecommunications. All right, engineers who study EE, engineers who study computer engineering, and so on and so forth. A whole lot of job opportunities exist in telecommunications sector. Consultancy is another way you can earn a living. People engage in consultancy, you know, general management, construction sector. A lot of people are working with construction companies, those of them in civil engineering sector. You can work with we have here in Nigeria, Julius Berger, for example, is the key construction people. We have the Cetraco and the rest of them. You have an opportunity to work there, you know. As a mechanical engineer, you have the opportunity to work with automobile production companies. As a agric engineer, for example, you have all it takes to work in the food processing, you know, industries. You have all it takes to work as even the chief engineer in charge of the farm implements that we have in that sector and all of that. We have jobs in petroleum sector, in exploration of petroleum. A lot of people work with oil firms, oil servicing companies, exploration companies. All right, these are opportunities that exist. Even as a radiographer, you can be there. You are very, very important in medical engineering. You are important in that aspect too. So there are a lot of opportunities that await people who toe the line of technology. I hope you are making your choice already. All right, so this, for example, people that work with that are mechanical engineers, for example, you can see them in car manufacturing plants. You can see them in assembling cars. You can see the alternator there and the rest of it. This is what they can do. They can be here and make a living. We have people in robotics engineering. That's where the world is going to now. Everybody is tending to robots. You know, it's an advanced technology that's going on now. So we have this too. You know, you see people making robots. They are Arduinos, making cars. You can command doors that'll see you, and all of that. They are robots. People are in that sector and are making their living. Okay, so I want to lead you to the ExamGuide app. Like I told you before, that this app is an app I strongly recommend for you. If you are in JSS classes, this app is for you. If you are preparing for basic examination, you cannot have any other app other than the ExamGuide app for you. Remember that when you practice these things, like I've said before, you will master these subjects. You will know more to it. Okay, so let's look at some questions in 2016. Let's look at some questions in 2016 and how they relate to what we have done now. Okay, let's see. So which of these manpower levels is produced in Nigerian polytechnics? In Nigerian polytechnics, which of these manpower levels is produced? Do they produce artisans? I've told you before who artisans are. Do they produce craftsmen, astronauts, engineers? Engineers are not in polytechnics, in technical schools. Our technologists are produced in technical schools. Please take note of that. Which of the following is not a career opportunity in technology? We have architecture, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, survey, law. Law is not a career in technology. All right, law is not a career in technology, and so on. It's important we know that. The career prospect in technology that involves inspection, repairing, and servicing of automobiles is dash: bricklaying, carpentry, mechanics, plumbing, welding. Of course, the answer is mechanics. Okay, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching.